Well, welcome back, sister wives, now, where we lift the veils of Brown family intrigue and reveal the tales they didn't want you. Today's tale has been one of a long-standing wait, watching as it simmered like a slow burn that finally blazed into an inferno. Sister Wives has never been simply a program. It is a zeitgeist, a peek at the raw stress of a plural marriage disintegrating on national television. And at the very center of it is Christine Brown, the wife who for so long lived in the shadows, the dismissals, the icy stares, the backroom rumor monger. She was the woman who most people imagined would never escape Kody's clutches or Robyn's manipulative arm. But now she is free, triumphant. And that triumph, my friends, is leaving Robyn Brown embarrassed in a manner that no title, no TLC cut, and no strategically posed family portrait could ever. Christine Brown's final revenge is not boisterous. It is not retaliatory. It's not the sort of petty revenge you'd expect from reality television. No, her payback is powerful because it's silent, undeniable, and devastating. She has won. In every way Robyn thought she had secured. Christine is beloved by the fans, celebrated by her children, financially independent, and now a best-selling author, and Robyn. She has been left with a shattered marriage, a sullied reputation, and a husband who has lost the respect of his community, and even that of his own children. But to fully grasp why Christine's victory tastes so sweet as a revenge, we must return to the core of the Sister Wives saga. For years, the fans sat back and watched while Kody channeled his energy, his love, and his money into Robyn, leaving Mary, Janelle, and Christine to feel neglected, marginalized, and unloved. Christine especially felt the effects of this special attention. She was frequently labeled as jealous, villainized as the emotional, dramatic wife who just couldn't handle polygamy. Robyn, meanwhile, was positioned as the hero, the younger, more attractive wife who introduced fresh life to Kody and the clan. But beneath the glossy TLC production and diplomatically arranged confessional camera angle, viewers witnessed reality. They watched Christine's anguish, her tears, her attempts to be heard. And they watched Robyn's smirks, her crafted statement, her ubiquitous placement at Kody's shoulder. Social media blazed week after week with hashtags such as #Team Christine, #Free Christine, and #Robyn the Home You Wrecker. Fans were not duped by the spin. They recognized what was going on. Robyn wasn't merely the favored wife. She was the wedge that split the family, the puppet master controlling Kody's strings while Christine's spirit was gradually being smothered. And still, Christine would not remain quiet for good. Her final revenge did not start with shouting, arguments, or dramatic exiting, but with a quiet, consistent power. She started telling her truth, first in the little ways during the later season, and then in the big ways. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be chosen. I will no longer be ignored. These words spoke to millions of viewers, women who have been dismissed, ignored, or made to feel insignificant in their own relation. Christine wasn't merely leaving Kody, she was moving toward her. And here is where the humiliation for Robyn enters the picture. For years, Robyn thought she'd won. She had the man, she had the legal marriage, she had the house, the children, the financial stability. She stood as the martyr, the woman who endured internet abuse, yet still stood by her man. But what she didn't anticipate was that Christine's exit would turn the whole story around. Suddenly, Christine wasn't the jealous wife anymore. She was the hero. And Robyn, she became the villain. The woman who stole it all, but lost the one thing she desired most, the respect of the fans. Christine's book launch only provided salt for the wound. As her memoir soared to the top of the bestseller list, readers poured social media with excerpts of her chapter, applauding her transparency, her openness, her willingness to lay bare the darkest secrets of her marriage to Kody. Christine exposed what everyone was suspecting but never quite knew: the emotional manipulation, the absence of intimacy, the coldness. And in doing so, she didn't only reclaim her story, she dismantled the carefully crafted image that Robyn had fought so hard to preserve. Robyn was desperate to be the favorite, the savior, the star. Rather, she is now regarded as the enabler, the manipulator, the woman who watched while a woman was emotionally battered. On Reddit forums, fans write things like, "Christine's glow-up is the best revenge we've ever seen." On Twitter, posts go viral declaring, "Christine is living her best life while Robyn is stuck with Kody. That's the real justice." TikTok edits comparing Christine's radiant smile post, divorce, to Robyn's teary-eyed confessions rack up millions of views. The audience has spoken, and in the court of public opinion, Christine has won. What makes it all the more embarrassing for Robyn is that Christine's triumph is genuine. She didn't play her way to the top, didn't play games with producers or spin lies to elicit sympathy. She just told the truth, and the truth, as it happens, was strong enough to destroy Robyn's carefully constructed facade. The woman who used to fantasize about penning her own blockbuster, sitting on Oprah's couch, and being the face of Sister Wives, now gets to see Christine live those very fantasies, not through drive, but through grit and genuine. And don't forget the kids. Though Kody and Robyn are still pretty much out of touch with most of the older Brown children, Christine has built rich, lasting relationships with her. She is there, she is happy, she is encouraging. Pictures of Christine with her grandkids and kids circulate as the fans rejoice over the love and joy emanating from her new life. Contrast that with Robyn, whose solitary home has been used as an example of what polygamy actually looks like when love is substituted with favoritism and control. It is not exactly Christine's revenge. It is a mirror held to Robyn's life, revealing the cracks for all the world to. Even in current interviews, Christine exudes liberty. She talks of happiness, of being loved, of forging a life away from plural marriage's shadows. Her marriage to David Woolley is not only a love match, but a symbolic triumph, a standing declaration that she will never again accept anything less than she is worthy of. Meanwhile, Robyn holds on to Kody, her reputation crumbling with each season, each tell, all, each tearful entreaty. No one believes it anymore. They see the desperation, the empty rhetoric, the denial. Christine's final revenge, then, is straightforward, but cruel. She is well, and Robyn is not. She is liberated, and Robyn is ensnared. She is basked in honor, and Robyn is mocked. No TLC promotion or weepy confessionals can alter that. And for Robyn, who had made herself the focal point of the story, that is the ultimate humiliation. Christine's story is not only entertainment, it is empowerment. It is a survival story of freedom from oppression, of proving to the world that no matter the years of suffering, you can stand up, you can flourish, and you can shine brighter than ever before. Her triumph is not only over Kody or Robyn, it is over the system that sought to keep her small. And that triumph is why her tale connects so well, why there are fans shouting in her corner, why her revenge feels so sweet. But what about you? Is Christine's joy the ultimate revenge? Has Robyn being the favorite wife's now blown up in her face to expose and humiliate her? Leave your opinion in the comments. I read them all, and I know this audience contains some of the best analysis in the game. And before you leave, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update on the Brown family drama. Trust me, there is more where that came from, and you won't want to miss a second. Christine Brown's transformation from underappreciated wife to a strong woman is not only reality television, it is a cultural reboot. And as her glow up continues to grow brighter, the darkness descending on Robyn Brown and Kody deepens with each new day. Because let there be no doubt, Christine's revenge doesn't occur in a vacuum. Each step she takes closer to freedom, each public triumph, each happy laugh on Instagram, is a reflection of just how catastrophically Robyn's perfect plan has disintegrated. Remember when Robyn first entered the family? She was presented as the fresh, youthful addition to the Brown. Kody doted on her, showered her with affection, and even took legal steps to divorce Mary so he could marry Robyn and adopt her children. Fans at the time believed the hype. Robyn was the messiah, the solution to the Browns' ills, the one who would bring harmony and order. But looking back now, that was the crux. The point, the cracks started spreading like fault lines under the pressure of favoritism. Christine knew it. She sensed it. And as Robyn soaked up Kody's spotlight, Christine's heartbreak became more apparent season after season. TLC cameras might have attempted to spin it as jealousy, but the fans were smarter. They saw the sleep deprivation in Christine's eyes, the trembling voice when she declared that she was tired of being last. Social media wasn't quiet either. Before Christine's official breakup, hashtags number justice for Christine and number Robyn ruin of every trended on social media during new episodes. Fans were crying out for it years in advance. Robyn's influence wasn't mending the family, it was breaking it. And now that devastation is done, Janelle has distanced herself. Mary is practically gone. The older kids refuse to be nice for the cameras. And Kody, once the patriarch of a large plural family, now resembles a man who sacrificed everything for one woman, and in the bargain, lost everything. That is the embarrassment Robyn never foresaw. She won Kody, sure, but at what expense? Christine, by contrast, turned the story on its head. Not only has she left him, but she has entered a better life. Consider her social media profile. Bright pictures with her children and grandchildren, warm and funny cooking video, photographs with her husband David that exude love and happiness. Draw a contrast to Robyn, who seems to appear infrequently online, sometimes only in meticulously crafted TLC programming where her face runs the gamut, tearful to indignant. The difference couldn't be more extreme, and the fans pay attention. On Facebook Sister Wives groups, fans post side-by-side collages, Christine radiant in pastel shades, Robyn shrouded in dark, serious colors. Captions say, "One looks free, the other looks trapped." On Reddit, fans pen, "Christine's smile is Robyn's worst nightmare." These aren't jokes, they're the reader's beat, the collective voice announcing that Christine has evolved into the very thing Robyn could never be. What makes Christine's payback so poetic is the way unintended it appears. She didn't exit with some grand plan for revenge. She didn't scheme or plot. She just decided to be happy. And that decision in and of itself has undid Robyn's meticulously crafted reputation. That is the type of payback that slices the deepest, because Robyn can't spin it. She can't rewrite it. Every time Christine enters the world radiating joy, Robyn's tears taste more hollow. And let's not forget the money. For years, there was gossip about how the Browns spent their money, who paid what, who enjoyed the most. With Christine branching out on her own and building her own independent existence, the contrast has become painfully evident. She is doing well independent, earning money from her book, her LuLaRoe venture, her cameos, and her social media follow. She is on her own feet, independent. Robyn, on the other hand, is financially tied to Kody, who has publicly acknowledged the family is strapped for cash. That financial burden is compounded by the reality that the vast majority of the other wives are no longer throwing their money into the same pot. Thus, as Christine's autonomy increases, Robyn's dependence enlarges, and nothing announces humiliation more loudly than the woman you used to label as jealous, now flourishing in ways you never thought possible while you struggle. The humiliation doesn't exist only in Robyn's financial world. It seeps into the relationships surrounding her. Several of the Brown kids, including those born to other wives, have publicly confirmed their difficult relationship with Kody and Robyn. Some have even labeled Robyn a manipulator and a favorite. These aren't just rumors, they're direct confessions from the very kids Kody claimed he was building a legacy. For imagine being Robyn, watching Christine not only rebuild her own relationships with her kids, but also receive overwhelming public support from the fan base, while you're vilified, even by your own stepchildren. It's devastating. Christine's final payback is multifaceted, and every level slices further into Robyn's reputation. She is not only living happily ever after, she is living loudly, unapologetically, and shamelessly. Her interviews, her cackle, her appearances on cooking shows, each a nudge to remember Christine no longer needs the family's validation. And in a perverse twist of fate, that freedom is precisely what fans love about her. Whereas Robyn, who so desperately wanted to be loved most, finds herself begging to be pitied. Indeed, perhaps the most revealing fan response was following Christine's marriage to David Woolley. Social media went wild with happiness. Fans inundated her posts with such comments as, "This is the love you always deserve. Christine glows, and it is killing Robyn inside." Memes went around with Robyn in tears alongside Christine dancing at her wedding. The symbolism was too rich to be overlooked. Christine received the fairy tale ending Robyn had so insisted she was securing for herself, and the internet lapped it up. Let's take a closer look at Kody for a minute, because his involvement in this embarrassment can't be disregarded. His favoritism towards Robyn wasn't merely transparent, it was negligent. He sacrificed his other marriages for her. He bent heaven and earth, legally and emotionally, to make her his first priority above all others. But in doing that, he hitched his reputation to her. And when Christine departed, when Janelle complained, when Mary pushed him away, the trail led right back to Robyn. She is not merely viewed as the favorite wife these days, she is viewed as the demise, and that is not a title any woman wishes to wear. Christine's payoff is strong because it reshapes the whole story. And instead of Christine being the wife who couldn't handle polygamy, she is the wife who exposed the deceit, who knew her value, who got out before she was utterly shattered. And Robyn, she is left holding the shards of a fantasy she believed she'd won. That, my friends, is humiliation on a scale no TLC narrative can repair. As fans, we're watching history unfold in real time. We're witnessing a reversal of roles that nobody predicted back in season 1. Christine, once painted as weak, is strong. Robyn, once framed as strong, looks weak. And every new public appearance, every joyful laugh, every viral fan reaction cements this role reversal even. So the question is, was this Christine's scheme all along? Or is the universe just rewarding her with the sweetest revenge ever? Success, love, and independence in the face of Robyn's deflating reputation. Either way, it doesn't matter. Christine's revenge is complete, and Robyn's humiliated in ways that hurt way more than the show. But I want to hear what you think. Do you interpret Christine's happiness as Robyn's final undoing? Or do you believe Robyn will struggle to claw her way back into the public's good favor? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your opinions and theories, and I promise you, the fan input is what makes this community so resilient. And before you leave, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to Sister Wives now, and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update on this explosive family drama. Because if you think this is the end, oh no, this story is just heating up. The fall of the Brown family dynasty did not occur overnight, but if you follow the threads back, you will see something peculiar nearly every crack. Every fracture, every collapse seems to lead to one incontestable fact. Christine Brown's getaway was the pivot that uncovered the family's deepest deception. And Robyn Brown's shame is the cost. For years, Sister Wives was marketed as a radical experiment in love, religion, and family harmony. TLC depicted the Browns as pioneers, pushing against a world that didn't get them, struggling for acceptance while saddling up with a gigantic brood under one father figure. But as viewers settled in week after week, what they witnessed wasn't a polygamous utopian family. It was plain, old favoritism, and no one espoused that favoritism better than Robyn. As Christine finally walked out, it was not merely a wife abandoning a husband. It was the debunking of a myth. Her departure dismantled the myth that spiritual marriage was binding. It dispelled the spell of domination Kody had cast over her for decades, and it embarrassed Robyn, for Christine's exit made it impossible to deny what fans had been screaming for decades. The family did not break up because polygamy is hard. It broke up because Kody chose Robyn, and exclusively Robyn. The irony of Christine's revenge is that it is so simple. She didn't scream, she didn't rage, she didn't set the house on fire as she departed. She walked away peacefully, proclaiming to the world that she was worthy of more. And then she went and lived. Robyn was left to cope with smoldering ruins of a dream she had worked so diligently to construct. Fans on Twitter put it perfectly during the season. When Christine left, Christine didn't just leave the marriage. She left Robyn holding the bag. That comment racked up thousands of likes and retweets because it nailed the point. Let's talk about the humiliation Robyn faces on the show itself. Every tear she sheds, every time she says she just wanted sisterhood, is met with a tidal wave of skepticism from fans. On Reddit, there are lengthy threads picking apart each crocodile tear, each manipulative aside, with posts such as, Robyn wanted to be in the spotlight, and now she is the villain. On TikTok, fan-made edits place Robyn's weeping scenes over mocking captions, while Christine's cackles and happiness are amplified with victorious music. It is digital narrative at its most ruthless, fan retelling the story to cast Christine as the heroine and Robyn a fool. And Christine, she is playing it masterfully. She hardly ever speaks to Robyn directly. Rather, she keeps spotlighting her own happiness. She records cooking videos where she glows. She posts wedding pictures brimming with love. She gives interviews on freedom, joy, and strength. By never stooping to direct confrontation, she paints Robyn as desperate by comparison. It is a psychological checkmate. The brighter Christine shines, the more Robyn's tears appear to be staged. The crowd witnesses it, experiences it, and responds accordingly. But let's explore further why Robyn's humiliation feels so real to fans. It is not merely the drama between two wives. It is just viewers were made to watch Christine's suffering belittled for years. They were forced to witness her plight downplayed as Robyn was lauded, indulged, and given top priority. Fans emotionally invested in Christine's pain, and when she finally left, they were justified. It was almost like seeing the underdog emerge victorious after a lengthy, brutal fight. Christine's revenge was now payback time for the fans, and Robyn, she was the fall girl for all things viewers despised about the family situation. On watch parties on Facebook, the response is instinctive. Screenshot posts of Christine smiling amass, thousands of congratulatory comments. Look at her glow. She is free. Photos of Robyn sobbing are filled with derisive gifs and snarky comments. This is not fandom. It is public condemnation, and it amplifies Robyn's shame exponentially beyond the show. What makes it hurt the most, though, is that Christine's ultimate payback didn't involve plotting. Robyn spent years creating her narrative. She wanted to be regarded as the peacemaker, the one who had rescued the Browns, the one who was bringing love and stability. But Christine easily dismantled that narrative simply by flourishing outside of it. When Christine released her book, social media went wild. Of course, Christine is the one with a story worth telling. Robyn might have fantasized about being the family face, but Christine has emerged as the voice of truth. And don't make any mistake, the book itself is a dagger. Within its pages, Christine doesn't merely dish gossip. She exposes the emotional abuse, the isolation, the gaslighting. She speaks what millions of women see in their own lives. And that is what makes it real and resonates far wider than Sister Wives enthusiasm. Critics term it raw, powerful, heartbreaking, and inspiring. And each rave review is a reminder of Robyn's inability to win hearts. Because while Robyn pursued sympathy, Christine gained respect. There is another side to this embarrassment. The kids, Christine's children, from Aspen to Mickelty, truly, all give Christine credit for her bravery. They approve of her choices. They appear on social media standing up for her and supporting her. And yet, Kody's relationships with most of his older children are destroyed, and Robyn is frequently cited as part of the reason why. Picture yourself as Robyn, seeing Christine not only keep her kids around, but gain the loyalty of the broader fan base of the family, while you and Kody get accused of favoritism and manipulation. That kind of rejection gets under your skin, and it is happening live. But this is the worst part of Christine's revenge. It is out there. The embarrassment isn't relegated to behind-closed gossip or in-house drama. It is plastered across tabloids, broken down in YouTube analysis, torn asunder in podcasts, and become memes that go viral within hours. Every time Christine walks out radiant in a new picture, it is trending. Every time Robyn weeps on TLC, it is made fun of. This process isn't slowing, it is speeding up. Christine's ascension has created a story so compelling it is almost script. Like, although it isn't, it is Shakespearean. The erstwhile disregarded wife comes out on top, as the favorite remains stuck in her own trap. Social media has made Christine the queen, and Robyn, once Kody's favorite, has been removed from her throne in the court of public opinion. Now consider this. Humiliation doesn't exist only in what others say. It exists in silence as well. Pay attention to the fact that Christine doesn't say much about Robyn in interviews. Pay attention to the fact that she doesn't clap back, doesn't shade. That silence is deafening. It informs the world, Robyn doesn't matter to me anymore. And to a woman who defined herself by being the center of the Brown family narrative, that rejection is the greatest humiliation. Because in Christine's new reality, Robyn isn't even worth mentioning. The tension is in this one question. What will Robyn do next? Can she fix her reputation? Can she regain the audience? Or will all she does serve only to make Christine's win even brighter? For now, the scoreboard is settled. Christine is thriving and Robyn is stuck in the wreckage. But fans aren't merely watching, they're playing. They're making TikToks, YouTube dissections, Twitter threads, and Instagram reels, all maximizing Christine's revenge. They're directing the narrative in real time, making Robyn's embarrassment not only on television, it is everywhere. And that, above all, is why this epic is unstoppable. Because Christine's victory has transcended TLC. It has become a cultural touchstone, a warning tale, and a victory parade for every woman who has ever been told she was less than. And so, as Christine Brown grows higher, Robyn Brown's embarrassment is heightened. It is a merry-go-round spinning in full view, one that no one can turn away from, one that becomes more sensational with each fresh news headline. And just when you think it cannot get any worse for Robyn, another photo, another quote, another victory for Christine makes it hurt all the more. So tell me, do you believe Robyn can ever break free from this cycle of humiliation? Or Christine's happiness, the revenge that keeps on giving, day after day, year after year? I want to know your opinion. Drop your views below. Don't hold back, besties, because the fan community is where the real truth gets revealed. And don't forget, if you've stuck with me this long, give that like a tick, smash subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next deep dive, because this tale isn't reality television anymore. It is an epic, and I promise you'll want to watch what happens next. Christine Brown's tale is no longer hers alone. It has become a movement, a ripple that goes far beyond the Brown family soap opera and into the lives of viewers who see themselves in her story. And it is that ripple that makes Robyn Brown's embarrassment so raw, so brutal, because it is not just about Christine winning. It is about Christine becoming a symbol and Robyn becoming a cautionary tale. When Christine initially graced the cover of Sister Wives, she was stereotyped as the jealous wife. TLC took her insecurities and dramatized them into dramatic storylines, tending to emphasize her unease with polygamy and her apparent frustration. In retrospect, fans now understand that what TLC portrayed as jealousy was actually Christine's spirit, rebelling against injustice. She wasn't jealous of Robyn for holding Kody's attention. She was devastated by the imbalance, the disrespect, the blatant preferential treatment. That is why her exit rang so poignantly. It rewrote her character arc. She wasn't the bitter wife who couldn't cope with plural marriage. She was the prophet who had the strength to leave before it consumed her whole. And viewers grasped on. Social media went wild with memes, hashtags, and video montages toasting Christine's glow. Up on TikTok, content creators employed popular sound bites to juxtapose Christine, then versus Christine now, the before. And after videos spoke a message that words couldn't, a woman who used to be subdued, now glowing. Those videos garnered millions of views. On Reddit, discussions concerning Christine's liberation evolved into echo chambers of adoration, with fans posting such as, "She is evidence that it is possible to escape toxic love," and "Christine is living the dream Robyn imagined." In contrast, Robyn's online persona is now all about negativity. The fan nicknames are testimony enough. Sobbin' Robyn, Manipulative Robyn, the villain of Sister Wives. Previously, Robyn wished that her tears would garner sympathy. They elicit eye rolls today. Audiences deconstruct her tear scene, wondering how the tears are staged, how her face doesn't always match her dialogue. Even heedless viewers can't help but opine, why is she crying all the time when Christine is smiling all the time? That plain contrast, grainy image of happiness versus grainy image of sorrow, is among the most embarrassing dynamics Robyn has to endure because it is enacted on national television and viral social posts week by week. Christine's empowerment, though, doesn't merely result from departure. It results from what she is constructing. Her wedding to David Woolley was hailed as the love story sister wives never gave us. Viewers fawn over her photos with him, mentioning the manner in which David regards Christine, the ease in her posture, the fluidity in her laughter. This is not a rebound. It is a reclaiming. Christine's openness to share her joy so freely makes her relatable. Viewers see a woman in her 50s finding true love for the first time, and it's inspiring. It tells fans of all ages that it's never too late to start over, never too late to demand respect, never too late to find joy. Robyn's embarrassment mounts with each wedding picture, each anniversary status, each happy cooking video Christine posts, because Robyn does not possess the same. She has Kody, sure, but what is that even worth it? He is bitter, estranged from many of his children, openly angry, and no longer the charming patriarch he tried to be. Social media is rife with comparison, Christine and David dancing, while Robyn and Kody sulk. The story writes itself. And then there is the financial empowerment. Christine has now fully owned her career, going all in on brand deals, cameo shoutouts, and book sales. She is supported financially by fans because they trust she is authentic. They purchase her story. Literally, Robyn, however, remains anchored to Kody's failing dream of Coyote Pass and the economic burden that accompanies being the last wife standing. Christine is investing in her autonomy while Robyn is burdened by debt, responsibilities, and shrinking prospect. Nothing fuels humiliation more than seeing your competitor succeed while you are stuck. Let us not forget the role played by the fan community in constructing this humiliation. Sister Wives viewing parties are now Christine party. Facebook groups have entire threads devoted to Christine's recipe, Christine's wardrobe, Christine's latest Robyn threads are full of meme, ridiculing her tears, her hypocrisy, and her effort to deflect blame. One viral post was particularly raw. Christine is booked and busy. Robyn is broke and busy crying. That sort of thing lingers. It becomes public opinion. And when the internet determines the hero, there is no rewriting history. Christine's empowerment is amplified by how she bears her vulnerability. She doesn't hesitate to confess how much hurt she suffered, how long she felt overlooked, how much polygamy wore her down. That candor has become her biggest arsenal. Fans trust her because she doesn't conceal her scars. And in having that faith, she grows larger than life. A voice for all women who lingered too long, who hoped too much, who ultimately mustered the nerve to say, enough. Robyn's humiliation is sharpened by her refusal to show the same authenticity. Instead, her tears feel staged. Her explanations rehearsed. Fans don't trust her because she seems unwilling to admit fault. That denial creates distance, and distance destroys relatability. While Christine is embraced, Robyn is rejected. And in the realm of reality television, relatability is everything. Without it, you're not just disliked, you're irrelevant. Suspense now rests in the growing chasm between their paths. Christine's star continues to ascend. Each new assignment, each happy moment, each raw laugh is a triumph. Robyn's visibility, on the other hand, diminishes. She is no longer a character so much as a cautionary figure of what goes wrong when control, privilege, and manipulation fail, and humiliation, at its essence, isn't about losing so much as about seeing someone else win so gleefully that your loss seems greater. The audience feels the tension each time Sister Wives is on. They anticipate Christine's moments in suspended breath, eager to root her on. They roll their eyes when Robyn cries, poised to meme them into nothingness. This anticipation and reaction loop keeps the show going, but what it does is assure Robyn's legacy will always be attached to the nation. Christine's tale isn't simply about escaping Kody. It is about redefining the script of who really counted in the Sister Wives saga. So here's the question that hangs so heavily in the air. Will Robyn ever be able to shake this role? Will she ever be able to be anything other than the woman who lost while Christine won? Or has Christine's empowerment etched the narrative so deeply that Robyn's humiliation is forever? I want to know what you think, best. Is there any redemption arc for Robyn? Or is Christine's glow up the kind of triumph that eclipses her forever? Leave your thoughts in the comments, because the fan voice is the true power in this story. And let me tell you, your voices define the legacy just like the show does. And before you scroll off, remember, press that like button, subscribe to Sister Wives now, and press that bell icon so you never miss a single notification. Because the further we reach into this drama, the more jaw-dropping it gets. And you don't want to miss what is on the horizon. Christine Brown's story isn't merely a page in reality television. It is a cultural realignment, a moment when the secondary wife, the one marginalized and dismissed, overcame manipulation, trauma, and rejection to stand at the center of victory while Robyn, The self-proclaimed favorite is more and more cast as the villain in a failing. As we arrive at the finale of this explosive drama, the puzzle pieces fit together as a beautifully crafted plot turn. Christine, once tearfully holding back in the shadows as Kody and Robyn bragged about their so-called soulmate relationship, is now thriving with happiness, new romance, best-selling novel, and a devoted fan base. While all of this is going on, Robyn, the lady who had everything, is left with shattered pieces of a marriage that has exploded in front of the world. And what is even more embarrassing, it isn't necessarily that Christine left Kody. It is that she left the whole toxic system behind and created something amazing, and Robyn is still trapped in it with the man she desperately tried to win over fans. On social media can't get enough of the irony. One popular post captured it all. Christine left with peace, happiness, and a new husband. Robyn got precisely what she believed she wanted, Kody, and look how that is going for her. Another user commented, "Ultimate karma, Christine glows, and Robyn appears more miserable by the season." The greater humiliation for Robyn is the way Christine has been received by the public. Each passing season makes it look increasingly like Robyn's favoritism, once paraded by Kody, was not an honor but a curse. Christine's memoir, raw, emotional, truth-telling, has unleashed the floodgates for every woman in the world to tell her own tale of abandonment, trauma, and rebirth. And with each truth, the glaring contrast between her and Robyn becomes all the more evident. Christine takes responsibility for her pain and becomes stronger for it. Robyn, conversely, tends to deflect, blame, or be a victim without the strength to own her hand in the destruction of the family. Ultimately, Christine's final revenge is not about vengeance, it is about validation. She doesn't have to yell from the rooftops that she won. Her life does the talking for her. From red carpet sightings with her new beau David Woolley to the public's continued rallying in support of her bravery, Christine has emerged as the poster child of resilience on Sister Wives. And with each triumph she enjoys, it is a pointed, silent reminder to Robyn of all that she gave up on a man who has shown himself unable to maintain love, respect, or fidelity. As this drama unfolds, the fans can't help but ask, how much lower will Robyn's tale go, and how much more will Christine's continue to soar? The anticipation of that question has millions hanging on their screen, waiting with bated breath for every interview, every episode, every tweet. Because this is no longer simply about Sister Wives. It is about the ultimate role reversal, the woman who was once silenced now becoming the voice of empowerment, and the woman who once had all the power standing alone, criticized, and humiliated in front of the very people she had hoped would love her. And that is Christine Brown's ultimate unshakable triumph. So as we conclude this in-depth look at the most dramatic retribution Sister Wives has ever witnessed, ask yourself, whose team are you actually on? The woman who battled to be happy, or the woman who held on to control only to wind up in shambles? We want to hear your thoughts in the comments below, because your opinion counts in this ever-evolving dialogue. Don't forget to give this video a like if you felt Christine's story motivated you. Subscribe to get the newest Sister Wives bombshells, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss another surprise, credible story. The saga isn't over yet, and you won't want to miss what happens next.